Hi, so this will be my first video out of this channel, and let's try to see and screen some stocks for the PSEI. PSEI went up for today, making it a green candle. So we're being hopeful here because it's, what do they call this? It's a double-sided lollipop, maybe an extended one or shorter one for the green candle. Yeah. So let's try to see and check one of the interesting stocks that I have screened today. So let's take at PHR. So this is Philippine PR Resorts Holdings. So let's take a look at the daily time frame first. Uh, this one is quite interesting because uh, so let's plot those important lines first. So one thing that I have seen or noticed is if you try to somehow zoom in EMA 20, so that is the, I don't know what color did I put it, maybe a beige or brown pinkish one. There is EMA 20 crosses the EMA 200. So we all know that, let's change it to blue to yellow. Yeah, so we all know that when a lower EMA or exponential moving average crosses a longer one, this one is a bullish trend indicator. So that's one thing to look out for. One thing that I have seen as well is let's create okay. So next thing that I have observed is on the shorter term RSI, we can see that there's a breakout here. So breakout uh, short-term breakout, RSI breakout. But if we take a look at the longer term here, so that's about November December trend line. It seems like it's also touching somewhere in October. So those RSI indicator bounced through that trend line, so it makes it significant. And from that one, we can see that it also broke out of that longer term RSI breakout. Oops. So from that one, we can see that the MACD crosses to the upside as well. What more can we see here? Yeah. So this is one of the most interesting parts. So basically, before you enter a trade, you would like to see if there are some increased volume. At least you know that you are trading with somebody else first, right? Increasing trading volume. So we can see that, and for the previous days since December 29, we can see that there's a lot of buying, or the price is increasing. So short term trend line or price action, we can see that it previously broke out from the trend line. uh, huh can I control C? Yeah, okay, control C. So breakout again, breakout, short term. I'll say this is a short term breakout first. Price action breakout. Okay, short term price action breakout. So last December 28th, it came to a dip, and for at least for me, this one created a channel. So from that channel, we can see a triangular pattern there, and this one breakout. So that's for the short term. So increasing volume, breakout from this triangular pattern. Maybe, or maybe, maybe we can use this as a pattern as well, or a channel. So from that specific channel, we can also see that it's currently moving inside that one. But for me, the more obvious one would be this triangular pattern breakout. So how do I reset this one? So let's create or see this one at a bigger picture. So bigger picture for the PHR. So for the longer picture, you can see that the RSI also broke out. So weekly time frame, RSI breakout. So this will still be the same for the volume, since for the volume we see, sorry, weekly. Okay, let's adjust. Okay, sorry. So from the weekly, we can see that this one also broke out of its RSI trend line. Okay, MACD seems like it's not important here. So the same with the daily time frame, we can see increase trading volume. So increase in trading volume means there's an action, there's a movement. So there's a play in here. Okay. From here we can see the price action broke out of EMA 50. So broke out of EMA 50. Then one thing that I have observed as well here is really looking at the bigger picture. So if you take a look at the bigger picture, so there's a trend here, right? So lower highs until the pandemic hit. So after a series of lower highs for that trend line, we can see that the price broke out here. Maybe if you want to be more, where's that line? Adjust that one. So yeah, that's cleaner. It's hitting those as well. So you can see that the price was rejected here, and this week the price broke out of that trend line. So let's just mark that one here. Price breakout of long term. So that's a long term trend line. Okay, so that's a pretty long term since 2017. So I guess that would be a major defined major trend line. Yeah, so for how do you say, for medium risk taker, you can try to test buy here, test buy. Then for resistance or target price, I can see that for the weekly time frame, we can see that the resistance would play around, or should play around, this space. So around 4 pesos. So if you entered here upside, maybe at the end of the day we can see that there's a 15% upside. So cut loss, it would depend on your risk appetite. So if you can see this line or this area as your cut loss, so this is a very tight cut loss area. So let's give some hope. Cut loss, no, let's make it red, because I mean you lost, right? So one cut loss would be here around this area. No, I think this would still be the one of the support. Yeah, if you can see, you can hit those resistance lines here, and here seems like it's a major consolidation point or resistant. Then target would be around 4 pesos. That's a 15% upside. So your risk would be, sorry, here. Yeah, I think you can set your cut loss here, 67%. So the ratio should be around 2.5 upwards. Yeah, so that is for PHR.